All right, all right, all right. Michael Gevin here, your mind mechanic, tuning up your heart, your mind, one at a time, so your dreams do not die, and your heart, your head, or your hard drive. So today's topic is a good one of my favorite ones, and it's titled "The Wizard, Not the Wand." And so, in a lot of creative fields, there's a lot of technology. There's cameras, there's computers, there's lenses, there's software, there's plugins. The list goes on and on of the things available to you that you can observe others using, people who you deem to be better than you, smarter than you, wiser than you, faster than you. And although it's probably another video, and I like to look at things through the lens of like blind spots. What are the things that you're just not aware of and you're not thinking of? And, you know, at times, yes, there is a smarter, faster way to do something. If you were cutting down a tree and you only knew that there was a butter knife available and somebody came along and said, yes, there's a chainsaw, you could be stubborn and say, you know what, I've already been using this for 3 years to cut down this tree. I'm almost done. It's probably going to take me another year. I'll just keep using my butter knife. Or you could just let the person cut the tree down in 30 seconds with their chainsaw, right? So I get that there are times where the wand matters. So I'm not discounting the fact that the wand never matters. But here's the thing about the chainsaw scenario. There's somebody who knows how to use a chainsaw, can just go, they're done, right? Now that's worth something. That's faster than using the butter knife. But then there are people who know how to make a big block of wood, a big tree stump, and turn it into a work of art. And so two people with the same chainsaw, one can make a work of art and potentially sell that for tens of thousands of dollars, while the other person just knows how to cut the tree down. Like they couldn't make a stick figure out of that. And so that's really what I mean, is that there are people, and say, I have a video production background, and there were people, and I was one of them, who saw people doing certain things and thought, well, if I have the camera that they have, the technology they have. Back in the day before gimbals, there was a glide cam, and there was a company that I really looked up to, and they used something called the Steadicam Pilot. It was about $4,000. It was one of these rigs where it had the arm and the vest and the whole thing. And I was convinced that I needed that my work would be better, that I could charge more money, that I would get better clients, et cetera, et cetera. Well, when I took it to the wedding looking like RoboCop, I just hated it. And so probably a year and a half had passed. And one of the guys of this company, he never really told me that I had to get it, but he said it was a great thing. It really improved things. It was better than the glide cam. And I showed him my demo reel, and I didn't tell him anything, but he knew I had this Steadicam Pilot. So when he got done, he told me, wow, looks incredible. You love the Pilot, don't you? And I had so much pride because I was able to tell him that it was all shot with a handheld glide cam. And on certain levels, his jaw was dropped, because he was under the assumption that to get the shots that I was getting, that I had that fancy full-blown Steadicam rig. When the reality is I just got really good using the glide cam. And for me, quite frankly, unlike the butter knife chainsaw scenario, unless I was doing extremely long takes for extremely long distances, there was actually a lot more flexibility that I could do with my glide cam. I had a lot more creativity with my glide cam. And I see this all the time with cameras. People buy a $40,000 camera and think this will be the reason I get higher paying clients. And whatever that is for you, whether it's a certification, a degree, plug that into your career. What is that thing right now where, you know, you have the chainsaw, you have the effective tool, but you don't know how to use it effectively? And so I want you to think about that, because when you recognize that, then there's a lot of times you can use what you already have, and you don't need more and better, because until you learn how to use what you already have, you're going to be getting the same results. And usually that's an internal thing that's holding you back anyways, because there are people who get the better camera, who get the better wand, and they succeed, and they give credit to the camera. But there are other people with that same camera that don't succeed. What do? Did they blame the camera? Did they blame themselves? Who do they blame? Because they were convinced that the camera would help them charge more, when in fact, the person who charged more is because they changed, and then that allowed them to charge more, not because of the camera. And so whatever it is that you have right now, if you've already got the better wand, the better vehicle, the better thing, and you're not getting the results that you'd like, don't think it's another better. It's maybe just more of what you already have and learning how to use it more efficiently and more effectively. You know, they say if you had the pencil, the typewriter that Stephen King used to write his novels, you won't write like Stephen King. You know, if you had the golf clubs of Tiger Woods, you won't golf like Tiger Woods. You know, there's people who drive in the Formula One. If you got in their car, it's a fast car, but it doesn't mean you're going to survive if you drive it. You've got to learn how to use what you have effectively. And when you do that, the game changes. So if you'd like help identifying your blind spots, reach out to me, coachinyourpocket.net. I love what I do and the way I get to do it and who I get to do it with. And one of the most powerful things is being able to identify the things that are holding you back. What can't you see? What are you trying to do? Like in this scenario, that if you saw it through a different lens, if you saw it through a different light, you'd be able to do things differently and get a different result than what you're currently trying to do on your own. So again, reach out to me at coachinyourpocket.net. We'll connect, we'll chat, and I'll show you where your blind spots are. Keep rocking, keep rolling. We'll talk soon. Take care.